together on what I've learned about connecting our Replits to GitHub so far. So in this video, I have my Replit open and I'm gonna connect it to a GitHub account that I just created. So there's nothing in my GitHub yet. You're gonna notice on the left, you're mostly gonna be here like, oh, working on your code, and now let's connect it. So you'll see this option to get. And we are going to create an initial Git repository. Now the issue is we have not connected my two accounts yet. So if I go on this settings icon, I first have to connect to GitHub. And because I have them open in the same window, it automatically knows like, oh, this is the GitHub you want to connect with. So I'm going to initialize and authorize. And now I see the email I use for GitHub, and I see my Replit. Next up, I want to create a repository. This is what it's called on GitHub, where your project lives in this repository. So this name will be part of the URL. You can change it, add more. I'm going to keep it the default. I can keep this description. I don't need a description. Honestly, I'm not sure where that shows up anywhere right now. And then I've got to make sure to make it public so that anyone can view this website. And I'm going to go ahead and create the repository. Repository created. Great. If I go to GitHub now, you will notice that if I click on my avatar in the upper right, go to your repositories, I will see this. I have not moved any files over yet, so it's actually empty, even though it's kind of confusing. It has a lot of information. There's nothing there yet. So I've created the repository. I'm going to get out of settings, and I'm going to push branch as origin/main. I wish I could tell you what exactly that does. I just know you need to do this, and I'm going to confirm. And now that has pushed this code. Right now I have an HTML and some images to my repository. So let's go here, go to my repositories, updated just now. That's a good sign. And if I click, I'll have code there. So this images, if you remember, is a folder, and it has stuff there. My index, great. Now it's still not displaying in a website on GitHub yet. There is one additional step I need to do, and that is under settings. I need to go to pages. I need to go to branch and select main and save. So now it is creating a website to be hosted. It takes a few minutes, so I'm going to show you the power of this connection. If I want to change something about my project, so a slideshow of my amazing art, for example, and if it doesn't catch that I've updated anything right now, I'm going to refresh, and it shows that there's been a change to this file, to the index.html. It's been modified. So currently, GitHub has outdated code here, right? This code does not show my amazing art. Right here. And what I need to do is I need to commit my changes. I'm going to put added to H1. I'm putting a note about what I changed. Now the reason you would add a message is theoretically you are working on this code with many people, so they would want to know what kind of changes you are making to GitHub. What is it that you fixed about the code? Did you find a spelling mistake? Did you add a new page? And then I'm going to, so I had a message. Again, this is just for you. You can write nonsense in here, but it cannot be blank. And then you stage and commit the changes, and they get pushed to this code. So let me go through, let's just have it. It updated 2 minutes ago, so my new change hasn't come through yet. This is all old. But let me go back to settings, go to pages, and good. It has a link to my website. So if I visit this, here is my website. I haven't changed anything from the initial project. It doesn't show my amazing art. That didn't come up yet. Sometimes the connection takes a bit, and if I find a faster way, I'll let you know in class if I miss something. But the power of this is that this link, it always works. Even if I close my Replit and I refresh this page, it shows my art. Okay, so hosting your Replit pages, getting them linked to GitHub, and then keeping them active. Well, you don't have to do anything to keep them active. That's the beauty of it. Once they're on GitHub, this link works. So I hope with that, let's see if my code made it. It might not have yet. Nope, it's still from 4 minutes ago. Maybe I pressed this commit. Okay. Oh, that's the initial. It doesn't have the new commit yet. So that's something I'm working on, right? I'm learning as we do this. I hope that helped you, and I hope you want to experiment with uploading a project or two to GitHub.